Now, seemingly out of nowhere, Little Twist, if y'all don't know, part of YMCMB, dropped part two of his mixtape series, what I'm guessing will be, since he got part two now, The Golden Child. Now, I know a lot of y'all probably not the biggest YMCB fan or Little Twist fan at that, but at the same time, I'm quite sure he makes music for some fan base out there, and some people can argue that he's cool and some can say he's not. But I'm a fan of music. I remember he had a couple hits back in the day when he first got signed to Young Money, but never really produced an album. I think he put out a joint with Bow Wow, Lil Wayne, and Busta Rhymes, but seemingly we never did get a debut album from Little Twist. Because of whatever reasons, Wayne wanted to make his imprint about adults instead of little kids, and we know the youngest members of Young Money was Little Twist and Little Chucky. So seemingly, fast forward a little bit, 2011, December 22nd to be exact, he released the first installment of The Golden Child. I thought it was fair, nothing really bad. I mean, you can't look at him like he's a super duper lyricist. He does what he does. And then you fast forward a couple years later, today, we got The Golden Child 2. Now I got 14 records on this. Couple features: August Alsina, Lil Wayne, Tiger, YG, Juicy J, Trader Truth, just some people and maybe somebody that is in his camp, Fully Fame, and of course Corey Guns is on the tape. And the only tracks that I seem to have heard before was One Time featuring Tiger and YG. I can't remember whose song that was, but I know I heard it before. Or was that on the compilation, the Young Money compilation? I think it was, so that track is very old. But anyway, starting the tape off with Pyrex featuring Corey Gunn. They basically did their thing on the track. Twist talks about him being a kid and watching his dad do certain things. And Corey Guns reminds us why he's the reason Wayne signed him, what he's down for the camp for, and everything like that. If you know what Pyrex is, then I don't have to go into that. Going into track 2, which is Karate Chop. Not the best of a song, but it's a solid song. It's fair. You know what I mean? I kind of thought he was going to do a freestyle over the Future beat, but obviously this is the original song, and it's cool for what it is. Going into track 3, I Got It. He spazzed on this joint. Like, the beat was crazy. Like, you have to listen to certain music with headphones, preferably Dre beats, so you can get the full impact of the record. And this production on this song was crazy as hell, man. Like, he went off on that joint. Going into track 4, Broke featuring Fully Fame, basically talking about his upbringing, his past, from when he was broke with nothing and fast forward to now. So it's like a reminiscent track. The artist Fully Fame, don't know too much about him at all, and his verse was basically forgettable. Going into track 5, Get Right, the beat knocked, but I didn't like it. Moving on to Bottles featuring August Alsina and Lil Wayne. This definitely should be a single. I don't know why they ain't promoting this song. It got all the right makings to be on the radio. It should have a visual for it, but that's just what I think. And then we get into track 7, One Time featuring Tiger and YG. We heard this before. It's a slapper. Moving on to track 8 and track 9, Classic and Love Over Money featuring T-Fly or Tiffy, whatever you want to call his name. I don't like either one of those tracks. Sorry. Moving on to track 10, Fuck 'Em Up featuring Fully Fame yet again. The beat's crazy, the hook weak as hell, and Twist verse was solid. I fuck with that. Moving on to UFO featuring Juicy J, straight banger. The hook was alright, basically car talk and shit like that. Juicy J come through and give, a solid verse, do what he do, you dig. And moving on to track 12 and 13, Boomin' featuring Trader Truth. I don't fuck with that, but Trey did have a solid verse. LA Traffic featuring Lil Wayne. Let's just say I didn't like it, but they wasted a great beat. It's kind of the sample to I Feel It in the Air, the joint Benny Siegel did. They wasted that. I don't even know what the fuck Wayne was talking about. And yeah, basically a beat wasted. And the last track, Overthinking, to me, it's a good song, but this should have been a Wayne song because he sounds too much like Lil Wayne. It's just like Lil Wayne had the song, did it, and just took his vocals off and let Twist add a couple lines towards the end. But that's just what I thought about it. Overall, I mean, it's nothing special. You know what I mean? 9 of the songs out of the 14 are fair. They kind of enjoyable. Do I think that since Birdman and Wayne worked out the problems, will we ever see a Lil Twist album? Highly doubt it. But overall, I get it's a 6.5 out of 10. Production, 6.5 out of 10 as well. I mean, it's okay if you into his type of music. But at the end of the day, I think his mark has been missed. You know what I mean? Like back when Young Money was popping, regardless if Wayne just did it for tax reasons, he should have put everybody out with a debut album, because at least back then he had kind of a flame. And we know Lil Twist to be in the media for dumb shit, hanging with Justin Bieber and getting him in all kind of trouble, and a guy or dude, the Massey, Kyle Massey or whatever his name is, and some crazy shit like that, but not really for the music. And I can't remember the name of Lil Twist's last mixtape, but he does have a mixtape. I think it dropped maybe a couple years ago. But other than that, that's just what I thought about it. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the tape if you heard it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Lil Twist, The Golden Child 2. It's out now on every social media mixtape site. 1.